How many real men does it take to change a light bulb? How many Soviets does it take to change a light bulb? Is everyone's light bulb? Everyone strive to put light bulb in socket, for great tomorrow. How many super scions does it take to screw in a one, but it takes 4 episodes? And Krillin dies. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light one? But the light bulb has to really want to change. How many real women does it take to change a light bulb? Can we get someone with a cool voice to say this so we can put it in an edit? How many Python devs does it take to change a light bulb? 3. 1 to configure the height of the light bulb from the ground, 1 to take care of indentation, and 1 to call the C developer to change the light bulb? How many Vietnam vets does it take to change a, you don't know because you weren't there man? How many Germans does it take to screw in a light bulb? Just 1, they are inefficient and humorless people. How many feminists does it take to change a light bulb? Who needs light bulbs when you have a glass ceiling? How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? X200B. Only 1. But the light bulb has to want to change. I consider myself a feminist and this is hilarious. How many feminists does it take to change a light bulb? Hey, that's not funny. I'm a feminist myself, but I find it funny. It's a trick question. Feminists can't change anything. Alternate punchline, that's not funny. How many? None. Feminists can't change anything. 9. To change the light bulb and right to form a Survivors of Darkness support group. The correct way to tell this joke is after 7-8 other light bulb jokes. The actual answer is that's not funny. None. Feminism doesn't change anything. They tell their husband to do it lol. I asked my dad, what's your favorite shoe brand? Adidas. This sole-reported exchange was clearly tongue-in-cheek. This gives a new balance to the subject. Sketchy joke. Based on that response, my jaw hit the floor. Sheen. Hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. Dad keeps rebooking the same stories over and over. What is a kidnapper's favorite Vans? Adidas. All day I dream about sex. We shall dance to soul. I hope you feel a good vibe when talking to your dad. Dad. Hey dude. Me. Hey dad. You gonna answer my question? Nike 1. His mom shoes is Commando M's. Hey dude, your dad seems like an old soul. I remember agreeing to go to a bukkake party once. I invited people to a bukkake party. One came. I went to one of those once but didn't like the people. They were all wankers. I organized a bukkake party for my girlfriend. You should have seen her face. Some party, just a bunch of jerks standing around in a circle. Was a great time. Everyone came. It was first come first serve. I had a party for Premature Ejaculators Anonymous. Everyone came early. I remember my first bukkake party. I got pretty loaded. It looked like you blew a seal. You should have seen the fondue fountain. I went to one too. It wasn't the baby shower I was expecting. I threw a surprise bukkake party for my should have seen her face. I couldn't remember why I was there. Then it hit me. Everyone can relax and take a load off. I wrote down the names of all the people I hate on a piece of paper, but my roommate used it to roll up a joint. To deal with anger, my therapist told me to write down the names of everyone that's bothering me on little pieces of paper, and then burn them. I did it. But now I don't know what to do with all the little pieces of paper. Were you blunt with him? He smoked your whole hit list? The other day my grandma said, this arthritis is terrible. My joints keep getting weaker. I told her, no problem grandma, I can help you roll them tighter. Up in S where my enemies go, I take A all my up in. Come on, let's go get high. Just exhale and let it go. Now you have to redo the list. On the bright side, it will have one more name. I didn't know it was possible to hate someone on a piece of paper. What does that even mean? If 4 out of 5 people have suffered from diarrhea is genetic, it runs in the genes. The other one just doesn't have it anymore, it's gonorrhea. We'll find out in the end. We're in for a run of good puns. Once again, the conversation has turned to shit. Stinks for the other 4. I shit you not. Word. Fast poos. Someone has surely. Vomiting face. Vomiting face. Vomiting face. Vomiting face. It means that the 5th is full of shit. Holmes told Watson he is constipated, to which Dr. Watson replied, no shit, Sherlock. 5th one doesn't give a shit. When you're sliding into your pants begin to S diarrhea, you're sliding into your pants are filled with S. Say it with me. Playful face. Playful face. Playful face. Yup, that's right, here's my upvote tie. Some people think it's gross. Reddit. What's the most controversial thing you own? I have a promo notepad for OxyContin. I have my grandfather's lost his right eye in World War II and had a set of glass eyes later in life. He's since passed on and now I have his eyes. They are in a box in my closet. A German Kar 98 that was manufactured at a labor subcamp of Buchenwald concentration. A story either. Grandpa got the rifle from a Russian who brought it to the US when he emigrated, defected to the US after the war. Ivory plated piano keys. I have a 30 pounds block of uranium ore sitting in my garage. I mostly got it to scare my friends who were giving me shit for visiting a rock shop. Absolutely worth it. But I have no idea what to do with it. Here are some pictures from my horribly lit garage. It also glows under a UV light. Ghost Dad on DVD. I own a Scrimshaw sperm whale tooth. Till Rammstein once played a concert in Hamburg, Germany, and the physics department of the local university picked it up on their seismograph. They did not register the sound, but literally the shaking ground. I took a bunch of friends to a Rammstein concert that didn't care much for the band or know the music. They all walked out saying it was the best show they'd ever seen. The pyrotechnics are insane, the story's genesis of the songs are wild, and the musicality vocals are thunderous. I've been listening since Herzeleid. There's nothing quite like Rammstein. This is very common for all concerts. You get 50,000 people in one place, it will create shock. My god, you Rammstein fanboys, you are idiots. Seismic events are common at all stadium events. Maybe one day your band and fans will grow up, and maybe, just maybe, if you all work together, you might top a Taylor Swift concert. Make disaster area and hearing aid manufacturers proud. Till Sacha Baron Cohen. Ali G. Borat was the first choice to play Freddie Mercury in his 2018 biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. He walked away from the project claiming Queen members disagreed with his vision for a warts-and-all portrayal. The movie really was unrealistic to the point of parody. The living members have a clause of creative control as well as equal screen time. It's why the movie has so many terrible and unnecessary cuts and scenes. Funny enough, it won for Best Editing, which is a joke in itself. He did an interview where he said the band wanted Freddie's death to be the halfway point of the movie. I thought it was because he asked them why would the story would continue beyond Freddie's passing, because no one cared about the rest of them. Freddie hired dwarfs to wear mirrors on their heads and walk around parties with mounds of cocaine on top. SBC wanted to show this and Brain May said hell no. Till that Meryl Streep appeared in a film as a character she loathed, so she would be close to her boyfriend John Cazale, who was terminally ill. The film was The Deer Hunter, and was released the same year Cazale died. Streep would earn her first Oscar nomination for that very role a year later. John Cazale probably had the best hit rate of any actor ever. From his Wikipedia entry, he appeared in 5 films over 7 years, all of which were nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture. Interesting to learn that she loathed this character. She was absolutely incredible in this movie. When most people talk about The Deer Hunter, they usually talk about the Russian roulette scene or Cazale's performance, and rightfully so. But Streep was breathtaking in this movie. I haven't seen this movie in at least a decade, but I still remember how real her emotions were. I was moved to tears during one of her scenes. Till that Steven Seagal backed down from a fight with Jean-Claude Van Damme after JCVD called his bluff at a party hosted by Stallone. The only fights Steven Seagal wins are the ones where the other guy lets him win. Steven Seagal backed down because he didn't want to end up shitting his pants again. Seagal's so fake. I remember when I watched JCVD on a JVC DVD. Seagal is a pussy. That one there is a Skippy. Because it goes skip skip skip. JCVD is the real fucking deal. Bloodsport is still a top-tier movie. Steven Seagal couldn't beat a fucking drum. Listen to the Dollop podcast about Steven Seagal. The man is a fucking lunatic and also an utter fake. So JCVD's over on the dance floor dancing with a boner. SS is running weird and they just bump into ensues. Shit. I can't sprint my way out of this one. Steven Seagal, probably. Till that the Nike logo was designed for $35, but the company gifted the designer stock that is now worth millions because she held it all without selling. Just hold it. Look at that dope-ass Nike swoosh. Imagine becoming a millionaire because you made a curvy check mark. A mark is nothing without the brand behind it. Those stock options could have been worth nothing if Nike didn't brand itself properly and have Phil Knight or Michael Jordan carry them. With that said, there's a lot of thought and process that goes behind finding the right mark to represent the brand. Sometimes designers get lucky and other times you're on version final. It's pretty cool though. Just curious because I don't know anything about financial stuff. How does make money off of holding valuable stock? Are the dividends that high? Or do you earn interest somehow? The dollar goes in front of the number. $35. Hodl. Definition of diamond hands. Till, when securing the movie rights for the Polar Express 1985, one stipulation was that the resulting movie could not be animated. To preserve his vision, Robert Zemeckis opted for motion capture technology during the film's production. 1985 book, 2004 movie. I didn't think the movie was that old. Wonder why they wouldn't want the movie to be animated. What a strange choice. Is that why all the characters look fucked? Fun fact: Chris Van Allsburg, author of The Polar Express, also wrote Jumanji. One guy: this is still technically animated though, right? Another guy: yeah, whatever, doesn't matter, it's been basically a couple decades since the agreement anyhow. Edit: I assumed it was in development hell. Hey, I have a 5 upvote army of sheep. The human anus is a remarkable design that maintains elasticity and keeps liquids and waste out for decades. Nature's own resilient, leak-proof seal. Speak for yourself, not everyone is blessed with a leak-free anus, just one of over 40 sphincters in the human body. Very useful things really. It's definitely not leak-proof. Leak-resistant might be a better term. The first part of the body that forms within the womb is the anus. Some people just never mature beyond that point. The anal sphincter can tell the difference between a gas and a semi-solid. A fart and poop. However, it cannot always tell the difference between a gas and a liquid. Hence sharts. I don't know about you, but my anus tends to keep liquids and waste in, not out. This is what the aliens came to study. Fascinating. It also feels great with a dick in it. You can hold it in for decades. Did you shit in the shower again? The only thing separating you from 10 billion USD is 256 bits in a specific order. Just more years worth of cracking than you could possibly live. That's all that separates you, no biggie. So a 1 in about 100 quadrivigintillion chance. So basically a quantum supercomputing prize. So I'm never getting it. That's a 32-character password. If what you say is true and it's worth $10 billion, then somebody is going to crack it. Is there some sort of background for this? Kind of ignorant when it comes to crypto myself. Like, is this a challenge that's out there? They would not actually sell for 10 billion US dollars. You only need to flip 1 bit on your bank account balance. Though you'd probably need to flip 2 if you're in the red. Unless the bank is in serious trouble. What do cows tell each other at bedtime? I'm in no mood for your shit tonight. Just go to sleep already. They talk about who they have beef with. Oh, they just talk about one thing or another. Go good night. This really moved me. Move over to your own side of the bed. You better sleep with one eye open. The stakes are high tonight. It's past your bedtime, crescent moon. You lot are utterly disturbed. I'd have thought they read goodnight, moon to each other. You're definitely a cowgirl. See you in the morning. Vegans will convert and eat you. The grass on the other side of the fence is greener. Nonsense movie. Move over, you're taking up the whole bed. I call BS. Utter nonsense. They also read Dairy Mail. Do you know why you never see them in the city? They are covered in hide. What has been your biggest "I really thought I knew this person" moment? A guy I was kinda regularly working with for 2-3 years as a student. We'd meet once a week in a cafe to talk through some project-related issues. Was one day wanted by Interpol. Turned out he invited a random language teacher to his flat and decapitated might have been an asshole. But there's a difference between an asshole and a murderer. Dude I went to high school with and hung out with in our little clique. He was arrested driving down to Daytona to meet an underage girl with tape and knives in his trunk. I had a friend of 18 years overdose on heroin. None of us knew he did drugs. He didn't even smoke cigarettes. It was beyond shocking. What is normalized that needs to be weird again? Family influencers. Putting content of your children online for the public. Having no free space where to go, hang out, socialize for free. It's home or work. Bring back public third spaces. People bragging about lack of sleep like it's a great thing. Being expected to answer your phone 24 hours a day. People nowadays get offended if you don't answer or call back immediately. Messing around with wild animals. Kids blasting shows on full volume on their iPads in public. I get headaches. It's everywhere now. Recording people without their consent. Tired of people on social media filming random people and posting it for clout. Plastering your life on social media. What is something you cannot believe modern technology hasn't fixed yet? Dustpans that don't leave a coke line of dirt. Why my new boxer shorts are packaged in a Ziploc bag but cereals are not. The reverse microwave. To allow me to chill a beer from room temperature to fridge temperature in under 2 minutes. That we don't just have universal interchangeable batteries for big devices like we do for small devices. Like why is AA and AAA and 9V everywhere? But every damn power tool brand has a different battery standard. Traffic lights. There's no reason anyone should be sitting at a red light when no traffic is coming the other way. They should be able to use real data to inform the timing of lights to facilitate the best flow of traffic. Getting wireless inkjet printers to actually work wirelessly. They still haven't invented a silent candy wrapper chip bag. Tooth decay. What is the biggest financial money pit people fall into, preventing them becoming financially prosperous when they get older? Increasing their standard of living every time they get a raise. Marriage, kids, divorce, repeat. Dodge Chargers on 14.99 April. Not start saving for retirement early. People wake up at age 50 and realize they haven't saved a nickel. My observations are that it's not a single money pit that messes people up, although some do make a single life-ruining mistake. It's more of compounding little and continuous mistakes, such as carrying a credit card debt at very high interest, not learning to cook at home, eating out a lot burns up cash quickly, not shopping for kind of stuff that will burn up $200-300 a month. Over the years that adds up. What's a subtle sign someone's not doing well mentally? They sleep all the time and keep canceling plans. A change in their sense of facial expressions aren't the same. A change in responses and in social. No discernible reaction to new adversity because they were expecting something to go wrong. Dodging the question when asked how are you? Getting anxious from reading these comments. They stop bathing and grooming themselves. They isolate. They never get excited. They aren't ever hungry. People don't realize that loss of appetite can be a symptom of depression. They sleep less or eating habits have changed drastically. Loss or a gain of temper, where there used to be a longer remembering appointments and dates and jumpy and loud bothers by light, sound, or in general too much self-centered but not selfish when there usually others are talking behind their back when they're to tears, joking or talking flippantly about suicide. What's the mildest thing you still consider to be a sexual kink? A woman's bare back, thigh-high socks. 100 I love it. Fishnets, choker necklace. Also tattoos. Defined shoulders, where there's enough angle at the neck shoulder angle and the shoulder arm angle. But it can't be from shoulder pads, it must be obvious in a tank top. Why yes, I am roughly the same age as Avril Lavigne. Thank you for asking. Watching boobs bounce. I know it's normal, but here we are. Smelling nice. My thing for women wearing glasses. I think almost anything can be a mild kink. Handcuffs, hickeys. Biting, only this way or that. I've a thing for girls in baseball caps. Does that count? I always find it strange about people who get off on visible panty lines. Like most of the planet wear underwear and it can be visible a lot of the time whether you are a man or a woman.